Okay, so you're thinking about buying a new computer. I want you to just forget everything you think you know. Seriously, the old rules are done. They're obsolete. In this explainer, we're going to walk you through the new playbook for buying a computer in the age of AI, so you can be absolutely sure that your next big purchase is a smart one.
You know, it's the question that just haunts every big tech purchase, right? You spend all this cash, and you've got this little voice in your head terrified that the shiny new thing you just bought is already a dinosaur. Well, when it comes to AI, that fear is more real than ever. But don't you worry, we are going to make sure that does not happen to you.
For decades, the big number that everyone obsessed over was gigahertz, GHz, raw speed. That was the old way. Now, with AI running right on our devices, the metric that actually matters has completely changed. We're not looking at raw speed anymore, we're looking at AI-specific power, measured in a new unit called TOPS.
So if this new metric is all about AI power, where is it actually coming from inside the computer? Well, the answer is a brand new, super specialized component that's being built right into modern chips, the NPU, which stands for Neural Processing Unit. You can just think of it as a dedicated engine, built for one thing and one thing only, AI.
A really great way to get your head around this is to think of your computer like a team, or even a body. The CPU has always been the brain, right? It handles all the general logic and your day-to-day tasks. The GPU is like the muscles, doing all the heavy lifting for stuff like gaming. And now, the NPU joins the team as the specialized AI engine, built specifically for all the new smart stuff.
And what are these smart tasks exactly? Well, they're things that are already all around us. You know that instant background blur on a video call? Or the AI noise cancellation that somehow silences a barking dog? Yep, that's the NPU. It even handles things like real-time language translation. It does all of this stuff seamlessly in the background, and this is the really crucial part. It does it using a tiny, tiny amount of power, which is fantastic for your battery life.
Okay, so we have this new AI engine. It's cool, it's efficient, but how do we actually measure how powerful it is? Well, that brings us right back to that new metric we mentioned just a minute ago, TOPS.
TOPS sounds super technical, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It just stands for trillion operations per second. That's it. It's a direct measurement of how many AI-focused calculations that the NPU can crank through every single second. So the higher the TOPS, the smarter and more powerful the AI engine is.
So what's the number you should be looking for? Right now, the magic number to remember is 45. Microsoft has actually set 45 TOPS as the official benchmark for a computer to be considered a real AI PC. You know, one that can run its most advanced features right there on the machine. This is the number you want to burn into your brain.
And why is that number so important? It's because if your computer hits 45 or more TOPS, it can run these really complex AI tasks directly on your device. And that means a few huge things for you. It's way faster, it's completely private since your data never has to leave your machine, and it works even when you're not connected to the internet. If you're below that 45 TOPS threshold, your computer has to send your data out to the cloud for processing, which is slower, less secure, and, well, you need to be online.
All right, we've totally covered the new processor, but there's another classic component that has a brand new rulebook, RAM, your computer's short-term memory. And the new rule is incredibly simple. The old minimum just isn't going to cut it anymore.
I absolutely love this quote from our source material because it's perfect. Thinking about buying a computer with only 8 gigs of RAM today is exactly like buying a car with 3 wheels. I mean, sure, it might technically move, but you are not going to enjoy the ride. It's just not going to be a smooth experience. So why isn't the old standard enough? It's because modern operating systems, from Windows to Mac OS, now have these little AI agents that are constantly running in the background, and they're always sipping on your memory. 16 gigabytes gives your system enough room to breathe, enough space to run itself, your 20-plus browser tabs, and all those background AI features without grinding to a painful halt.
But what if you're not just a casual user? What if you're a creator, a video editor, a musician, a designer? Well, for you, the standard has leveled up yet again. This chart lays it all out, crystal clear. 8 gigabytes, obsolete. Just pretend it doesn't even exist anymore. 16 gigabytes is the new absolute minimum for pretty much everyone. But for anyone doing serious creative work, 32 gigabytes is the new standard, period.
So who exactly falls into this creator category? Well, if you're editing 4K video for YouTube, or if you're using those incredible new AI tools in Photoshop like generative fill, you will find that 16 gigs of RAM just vanishes almost instantly. 32 gives you that essential breathing room to actually get your work done and multitask without your whole system freezing up.
Okay, I know that was a lot of info. So let's just distill all of this down into a simple, future-proof checklist that you can pull up the next time you're shopping for a new machine.
Here it is, your 3 new rules. Number 1, make sure the computer actually has an NPU, that dedicated AI engine. Number 2, aim for a system that's rated for 45 or more TOPS so you get all those amazing benefits of on-device AI. And number 3, get at least 16 gigs of RAM. And seriously, don't even hesitate to jump to 32 if you do any kind of creative work. That's it. That's your guide to buying smart in the AI era.
So, we'll leave you with this final thought. For the very first time, your personal computer has a piece of its processor that is dedicated entirely to artificial intelligence. It's a specialized brain just for smart tasks. The question now is, what are developers, and more importantly, what are you going to do with it? The possibilities are really just beginning.